From the frozen tundra to the depths of the most humid rainforests, I have spent my life documenting the natural world. But there are places, forgotten places, where nature has been overtaken by something else, something unsettling, something unnatural. In this series, we will be exploring 3 disturbing true tales of forgotten places. Places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Our journey begins on the outskirts of a once bustling city, now home to only whispers and shadows. The streets, once filled with life, now echo with the memories of a forgotten past. Here stands Cranbrook Asylum, a crumbling testament to ambition and despair. Its walls, now decayed, once held the hopes of many. Built in 1889, Cranbrook was hailed as a beacon of hope for the mentally ill, but its bright promise soon faded into a nightmare. The dreams of recovery turned into tales of horror. Patients reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corridors, their screams echoing through the empty halls. The very air seemed to thicken with fear and despair. The staff, too, were not immune to the asylum's creeping dread, with many claiming to have been touched by unseen hands in the dead of night. Their stories added to the growing legend of the haunted asylum. One nurse, driven to the brink of madness, swore she had seen a malevolent entity with glowing red eyes staring at her through a crack in a padded cell door. Her account remains one of the most chilling tales from Cranbrook. The asylum's reputation became so notorious that it was eventually abandoned, left to rot under a watchful, silent sky. Nature began to reclaim the land, wrapping the building in a shroud of greenery. Today, locals whisper of strange lights emanating from the building at night, accompanied by the faint sound of laughter carried on the wind. These eerie occurrences keep the legend of Cranbrook alive. Some even claim to have seen spectral patients peering from the broken windows, their eyes filled with a haunting emptiness. These sightings add to the asylum's dark allure, but the most unsettling aspect of Cranbrook is the silence. It is a silence that speaks volumes, a silence that holds the weight of countless untold stories. The lack of any tangible, paranormal activity, as if the entities that once haunted its halls have moved on, seeking new victims in the world beyond. This absence is perhaps the most terrifying aspect of all. What does this mean for the living? Are we to live in fear of the day these malevolent forces return, stronger and more terrifying than before? The uncertainty lingers like a dark cloud. Only time will tell. For now, Cranbrook stands as a chilling reminder that some places are best left forgotten. Its legacy is a stark warning to those who dare to explore its haunted halls. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, shrouded by a dense canopy and suffocating humidity, lies the deserted village of Acacia. Once a thriving community of indigenous people, Acacia is now a ghost village, reclaimed by nature and haunted by a dark secret. Legend has it that the villagers of Acacia angered a powerful forest spirit by venturing into a sacred grove forbidden to mortals. In retaliation, the spirit unleashed a curse upon them, condemning them to a slow and agonizing death. One by one, the villagers began to succumb to a mysterious illness, their bodies racked with pain and their minds plagued by terrifying visions. Desperate to appease the angry spirit, The village elders performed ancient rituals and offered sacrifices, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. The curse tightened its grip, and soon the once vibrant village was reduced to a desolate wasteland. Those few who survived the plague fled into the rainforest, never to be seen again. Today, Akasha stands as a chilling reminder of the power of the unseen world. The crumbling huts are overgrown with vines, the air thick with the smell of decay, and the oppressive weight of tragedy. Travelers passing too close to the village have reported feeling a cold, unseen presence watching them, their steps dogged by whispers in an unknown tongue. Some even claim to have seen ghostly figures flitting through the trees, their eyes burning with an eerie green light. But the true horror of Akasha lies not in what can be seen, but in what cannot. It is the chilling realization that an ancient evil still lingers in the air, waiting to claim its next victim. The village, now a mere shadow of its former self, stands as a testament to the wrath of the forest spirit. The silence is deafening, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant call of a nocturnal creature. Akasha's story is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between humans and the supernatural, a balance that, once disturbed, can lead to unimaginable consequences. Chapter 3: The Abandoned Mansion. Perched atop a windswept cliff overlooking the stormy North Atlantic, Blackwood Manor stands as a monument to faded glory and unspeakable tragedy. Its silhouette, dark and foreboding, is a stark reminder of the past. Built in the 18th century by a wealthy shipping magnate, the mansion was once the scene of lavish parties and decadent gatherings. The halls echoed with laughter and music, a stark contrast to its current desolation. But behind the facade of wealth and privilege, a darkness festered. Secrets and whispers filled the air, hinting at the sinister events that would soon unfold. The magnate, driven mad by greed and paranoia, became obsessed with the occult, conducting dark rituals in the mansion's sprawling basement. His descent into madness was swift and terrifying. He believed that by harnessing the power of the netherworld, he could achieve immortality. His obsession grew, consuming him entirely. Instead, he unleashed a horror that would forever stain the mansion's history. The very air seemed to thicken with malevolence. One stormy night, as the magnate performed a particularly dangerous ritual, something went terribly wrong. The skies roared and the earth trembled. A surge of raw, malevolent energy ripped through the mansion, leaving behind a trail of death and madness. The once grand rooms were now scenes of chaos and despair. The magnate was never seen again, his fate a mystery whispered only in hushed tones. Some say he was consumed by the very forces he sought to control. In the aftermath of that fateful night, Blackwood Manor was abandoned, deemed cursed by the locals. No one dared to set foot within its walls. Over the years, whispers of strange occurrences within the mansion's crumbling walls have persisted. Stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena abound. Fishermen claim to see lights flickering in the windows on moonless nights, accompanied by the sound of mournful wails echoing across the water. The tales have only grown with time. Some have even reported seeing the spectral figure of a man standing at the highest window, his silhouette framed against the stormy sky. His presence is a chilling reminder of the mansion's dark past. But the true horror of Blackwood Manor lies not in its ghostly apparitions, but in the palpable sense of dread that permeates every inch of its being. It is as if the very walls are alive with malevolence. It is the feeling that something wicked still lingers within its walls, something that watches and waits for the unwary to cross its threshold, a presence that hungers for new souls to ensnare. Otro, beware the forgotten, 3 tales, each more unsettling than the last. The abandoned asylum, silent and watchful, the cursed village, reclaimed by nature and haunted by an ancient evil, and the mansion on the cliff, where the veil between worlds wears thin. These are but a few of the countless forgotten places scattered across our planet. Places where the past refuses to die and the darkness lingers. Beware of the forgotten places, for they hold secrets that may never be revealed.